A celebrity. A famous person, especially in entertainment or sport. He became a sporting celebrity. The state of being well known. His prestige and celebrity grew.
Why is it a he?
It's talking about me.
Bless you. Nobody even knows your name, Ryan.
Rudolph Spender. Celebrity weddings. There's been a few.
They're all seeming to get married in May, June. Does that mean it's the time?
It's the time. I would specifically like to talk about Megan McKenna.
Okay.
Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
And you'd like to do
I'd
Nick
like
Knowles.
to talk about Nick Knowles' wedding.
And that just shows the type of celebrities that we like.
What's Nick Knowles from? House...
To be fair,
Didn't he do the house renovation thing?
Yeah.
I do like him.
Did he do Cowboy Builders as well?
No.
Oh,
He's
did
done
that?
a few programs.
What was the one where they get a team in and they within a few hours they turn over the house?
50
Something makeover.
60-minute makeover.
60-minute No, that's not.
It's not 60 minutes, but they did it in a few hours.
There was 60-minute makeover. Did you never see that? Yeah.
Duh.
Maybe it was
No, the problem is all it's coming up with is his wedding now. DIY SOS.
Yes, that's the one.
DIY SOS. You know Nick Knowles. Everybody knows Nick Knowles. And Nick Knowles just got married. How old do you think Nick Knowles is?
58.
62.
62. Bang on the money, Brian. And guess how old his wife is?
Ooh, she looks young.
44.
45.
34.
Yes,
My man.
Nick Knowles, what are you saying?
I feel bad now saying that she looks 10 years older. I don't think she looks 10 years older. It was just based on his age. I kind of just went
Yeah.
10 years younger.
So
Because she looks great.
I don't want to brag, guys. You know, we're not about bragging on this podcast, but she does follow.
Well, now she hates me. Great.
And therefore, we basically planned Nick Knowles' wedding.
Yes, I can see some suppliers that were there.
I see some suppliers that were there that might have been listened to on our podcast. We never know.
On our Instagram.
Maybe we have facilitated a celebrity wedding.
They owe us.
Some do, some don't. I was just going to see if Megan McKenna follows us. Roll the intro and I'll let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
Spoiler alert. She does not. What does mutual mean?
People that follow, we follow, or they follow. People that follow her that follow us.
Pardon?
People that follow her and follow us.
Nah.
Are you looking on your page or the podcast?
I've gone. No, I can see though on following it would come up. So what does mutual mean? That they're also following her,
Yeah.
not that they're following each other.
No.
I was going to say because there was a weird list here, and I was like, "There's no way that she's following these people." Anyway, following. I don't think she's
Danny
following
Dyer?
us. Danny Dyer. Let's have a little look. Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny. She is not following us.
That's rude. So
I don't think anyway. I don't really know how to see.
we've already got our favourite.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to focus on Nick Knowles' wedding today, please. Let me.
What
get
I'd
onto it.
like to loosely say,
Yeah.
really loosely, and you're probably going to disagree with me, but I'm going to say it anyway. These weddings aren't celebrity weddings like Sophia Richie, and they're not multiple £1 million weddings.
No, fair. Okay, yeah. You mean
It's-
spend then,
Yeah.
not vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Megan McKenna, Danny Dyer, we've both done weddings that scale.
Yes. That price probably
We've both done weddings
at that venue,
at that venue.
at Megan McKenna's venue.
Where did Danny Dyer get married?
I don't know.
Let me
Find
have a
out. In a mark. No, it wasn't. It was. I don't know. What I need to do is find. So if you guys aren't driving, we need you all to then go on their Instagrams because that's where we're finding the pickies from it. So Danny Dyer, we talked about her ceremony, but there are a few details that we didn't talk about. And I would like to suggest that Danny Dyer did not have a coordinator.
She did. Don't say that.
Should I tell you why I don't think she had a coordinator? Because he's got his fucking sunglasses in his top pocket.
I know.
And there is no way on earth that a coordinator would leave a pair of sunglasses.
So she got married at
their
the
top pocket.
Langley. Gorgeous venue.
Langley.
Absolutely stunning. Love that.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if...
And then they did the glass marquee outside. Fucking gorgeous.
See, this is my thing. I don't really care where you get married if you whack a glass marquee outside.
Mm-hmm.
I just love her dad. I think he's so cool.
I just love him. I fancy him.
I can't see...
He's my geezer.
He's a lad, isn't he?
He's my East End geezer.
Slag.
So the suppliers were... Would you like me to list the suppliers?
Yeah, go on then.
So suppliers for Danny Dyer, wedding planning and design, Christina Kempton.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Venue, the Langley. Photographer, Rebecca Searle Photography.
Yeah.
Dresses, Suzanne Neville, Sophia
Shout
Webster.
out. Yeah.
Libby Med Makeup.
Yeah.
Rowan Island Creative. Groom was Ian Ropes, Clementson Church. Stylist, Ellis Ranson.
Videographer?
Florist, Larry Walsh. Videographer, Timegate Films. Glasshouse English Marquee Company. They are the only people I would say to get a Glasshouse Marquee. Hire options. Great hire.
Okay.
So
My next question to you is
all
how
suppliers
many...
that we know of.
How many of those do you think did it for free?
None.
Bullshit.
No swear.
I'm telling you now that a photographer and videographer are not charging full whack to do Danny Dyer's wedding. It's marketing.
But when you're a high-end, high
Yeah, but
end,
I wouldn't...
like, there's no way Christina would have done that free. There's
No,
no
and
way
there's
Larry
some-
Walsh would have done that free.
There's some...
No,
And...
I disagree.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
All right. I want to look at Megan McKenna's now anyway. There's not enough for Danny Dyer's wedding, in my opinion. First thing I'd like to talk about for Megan McKenna is her veil being so high up on her head. I love it. I like being able to see a veil. I know other people don't, but I like a poofy veil.
I also think she's gone very traditional.
Very
though.
old
so
school.
She's very old school. Dress is quite old school, but old, like
the gloves.
the gloves,
The jewellery over the
the
gloves.
fringe, the jewellery, like...
Can I tell you what I was shocked by?
What?
Her first dance song.
What was it?
Ordinary.
Do you want to know what I'm looking at?
Yeah. Can we not skip over that? Do you think
Why
that's
is that?
weird?
What's wrong with that?
I just think she's a musician. You're telling me there's not a song that you guys have bonded
Where have
over
you
more
seen
than on her videos?
Where?
She's dancing to it in one of the videos.
Where?
On the cake cutting photo.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe it's not that one. I don't know. I saw it. It played the song and everything.
Yeah, but it's just playing over the
No,
thing.
it was definitely that song.
It might mean something
Oh,
to
it's
them.
in the Chips video. It's in that one. I can't play the song, but you know the song. I just think, how long have they been together?
A while.
This is my it always confuses me when people dance to a popular song for their first dance.
Because it must make sense to them.
Yeah, I'm okay with it if it makes sense to them. I like the cake.
Can we start at the beginning, please?
All right.
I would like to talk about the getting ready in the morning. They all had the robes.
I feel celebrities. I feel like there's a lot of pressure for them to do cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they put dressing gowns on, I'll be honest.
Oh, I like them dressing gowns. They looked steamed.
They do. They do look steamed. I'll give them that. I don't know.
She wore a garter.
You know how we feel about garters. I'm not about that garter
Her
life.
child suit was Dolce & Gabbana.
Cute.
Dolce and Gabbana.
Dana.
Yeah, I'm here for it. This is what I mean. They aren't the multi-million pound weddings.
How much do you reckon their wedding was?
A lot of money still, but it's not Sophia Richie.
How much? Do you know what I'm interested by is because I've been to this venue and it's not huge, but they've got a lot of stuff in there. Big dance floor.
You keep skipping over. We're still at the start. One thing I do love, I love the chocolate brown. I love the chocolate brown bridesmaids dresses.
Yeah.
Loving it all. Loving the girls' hair.
The what?
The girls' hair.
The what?
The girls' hair.
Gross. Yeah.
Half up, half down. Some had their fringe out, some didn't. Here for that.
They're all holding their flowers far too high.
Same for Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
They all were too high down the aisle. Love the piano at the end of the aisle. What I'm saying to you is they had a cover over that ceremony.
They did.
And then the cover magically went for some photos. So I reckon it was raining during the ceremony and then they went back out later for photos.
What, and took the cover down?
Yeah. It's not in all the photos.
I reckon it's just cropped out.
No.
What, you think they took down a marquee?
That's not cropped out.
I reckon they've just edited it.
Nah.
That's a cheeky bit of AI, that, mate. They are not pulling down a glass marquee,
It's not
basically.
glass, it's plastic.
Yeah, but they're not pulling down. That's a steel frame.
It's quite easy to pull down.
They are not pulling that down mid-wedding day.
But look.
No way. Actually, it's edited.
100.
I bet my life on it.
We'll edit that one then.
That one's artsy, isn't it?
But that would have been a last minute fixture
Yeah.
going in, that would.
I think a ceremony outside is always better with cover, in my opinion.
What I liked about the cover on this one is that at the end, the photos, if they shot
It's
from
all
there,
still open.
It's all still open,
Yeah.
so it still feels like an outdoor ceremony. So that would be my tip. Love the veil. Love everything about it.
Love the logo.
gloves.
Love the logo with the...
Stop getting to that part, yeah.
I'm going to the party.
Here for it. I love the edit on all the photos. Stun. Cake.
Oh, you want to go there now, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, fine. She's ready. 1,
Cake and
2,
decor.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiers.
Do you want to know what's pissed me off, though,
Go
about
on.
these photos? Whoever fucking took that photo of the bride's playset, make sure it's straight.
Where? Bride. Oh, the cutlery.
And the bow. Do you know, I feel like that could have been...
Perfection. But do you want perfection? Are we always striving for perfection, or do we want a bit of realism?
perfection, but I would say those tables look tight.
I
love the layup. I love the glassware. I love the styling. I'm
trying to read
the menu.
Yeah. Because
Dinner wines.
well, there are 2 plates down there. And Grantley Hall, where they got married, does not strike me as someone that's... Well, that table is not getting any sharing food come over to it. Am I right? Correct. There is no space. So what is that little plate doing there?
They had sorbet.
Where are you reading sorbet? No, that's Grantley Hall sticky toffee pudding for pudding.
Let's look at the top. Mojito.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like the way they've used the venue's name. Grantley Hall Sticky Toffee Pudding.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, don't they?
It's sticky toffee pudding.
They ain't stupid, mate. Yeah, I want to know the menu, please, Megan. I'd like to know what...
It looks like fillet of Yorkshire beef.
I want to know the starter, though. And also, there's no way beef's going... that could be a charger plate after.
Oh, it is. It's a charger plate.
Not the little one, though.
No, but that might
be... That
be...
big one, I'm okay with the beef being served. But what is going on that starter plate? Because I reckon...
There's a starter, then a sorbet, then a main dessert.
Yeah, but unless that starter is fitting on that plate and then you're clearing the starter plate... This is what I mean. It's all still a little bit fake. Take it all with a pinch of salt, guys.
And yeah, what's the plate at the top for? Bread. So that's their bread plate.
Yeah. But then they haven't got a bread knife.
Well, they have.
You can use your starter knife, but they don't have a bread knife.
Yeah, so they've got starter cutlery, sorbet, main, dessert.
What's the little favour?
It is.
Why is it not on the other side? What's that? What have we spotted?
I feel like they're just placed.
Yeah, but they're not on the other side. CH. What's CH?
I think it's
Grantley Hall.
GH, Grantley Hall.
But what? What is that?
Don't know.
And she's called her tables just numbers.
Well done, Megan.
Boring, Megan.
Love you, Megan. I'm over the moon with the styling. I think it's gorgeous.
I think the styling is gorgeous.
It's very old money.
However,
Gorge.
I do want to say something.
Oh, piss off.
Is there just... Are we lacking personality?
No, but this is me. No personality, sexy.
I know, but this is what
Can't
makes
have
me
it
a bit
all, darling.
sad.
I don't care. I love that.
Okay.
The candles are straight.
I'm shocked that they're all wearing like slippers and robes and things like that. I am actually shocked by that.
What I would say is I was trying to dissect the dance floor. Is it a crackled dance floor? You know, that crackled, speckled, mirrored dance floor?
I'm trying to look. Hold tight. Who did her photos and videos and stuff then? Where's her supplier list,
I don't know
please?
if there is a supplier list.
Oh, boring.
Oh, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Planning and design, Daisy Amodio Events. Is that how you say it?
Don't know.
Amodio Events, Venue Grantley, Charlotte Wise Photography. She's great. Videographer, Tyngate Films, same one as Danny Dyer.
Who is it? Tyngate Films.
Tyngate Films.
How do you spell that?
Tyngate.
How do you spell that?
Tyne Gate.
Have I worked with him?
Paula Rooney on florals. Production.
Go on, my
Evelyn's.
man, getting all these big weddings.
Evelyn's
Shout
are
out.
great on production. Draping, Creative Draping Academy. Cake ML Bespoke Cakes. Marquee, English Marquee Company.
Shout out.
Did it again. She had a gospel choir. She had a lot of entertainment.
Did she?
Yeah, gospel choir.
This is why I'm shocked by the song.
DJ,
Just because I feel like entertainment would be her big thing.
Furniture from Options. Stylists. Wedlocks. Morgan Meechan Hair and Makeup. Embroidery. Oak Hill Embroidery. Invitation. Cartelaya Studio. I don't even know if I'm saying half the same right. Brown's Bride and Peter Lang. No.
Oh, all right. Just wondering, isn't it?
So yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna take back what I've said before.
What?
I actually liked their neon sign monogram.
I love the neon.
I'm not mad on neons, but I like that neon.
The problem with neons is if you can't hang them right, they'll look shit. If you can see the wires, I'm not on board.
But what I would say, that cake looks a bit wanky.
Yeah, I did wonder if it was a bit wonky.
But I love the draping. I love the colours.
But my issue on that is, and this is just FYI for other people, they have to have hired that place for 2 days.
Yeah, the build
You're not
on
doing
that.
all that setup on a day.
Yeah, because she's got full draping around
Yeah.
the room.
That's why I didn't recognise the venue.
I
And
love
it
the
looks
dance floor.
huge, but it's not.
Dance floor, circular, crackle dance floor.
I would like to know where all the tables are. I would like to know what it... So here's the thing,
Around
guys.
the edge.
But it's not that big of a venue.
But she might not have had a lot of guests.
But that's what I'm wondering.
Also, that looks like... Yeah. all
When
the way
you
around.
look at photos, that's not what your wedding looks like. I will remind people of that. You
She
can
also-
get some banging pictures from a wedding, but that is not what when you walked into that room, that's not what it looked like.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Just
production that's
FYI.
gone into that. Love her dress change.
Yes.
I love that when her hair's out and she's nice.
I'm here for a dress change
Blowout.
all the way.
I love the fact he's got a white waistcoat, white in the evening. The fries.
I love the
Personalised
fries.
fry
This is
boxes
what made me think she maybe does listen to the podcast, given the little personalised fries
on
boxes.
a silver platter tray, so it still fits that
Yeah,
old
yeah, yeah.
money vibe.
What does it say on the
The
chips?
Burks.
Cute, okay.
Yeah, I love all of it. I'm
Yeah.
here for all of it. There's nothing I dislike about that.
If I was going to do a wedding again now, I'd definitely go older money.
older money,
Yeah.
stunning. Here for it all. Great list of suppliers.
Now let's talk about Nick Knowles.
Nick Knowles, our boy.
Now,
I did text someone from 21 Events because they were at that wedding, and I said, "Tell me everything about it." They went, surprisingly, not much DIY. I was like,
Wait.
"Hey."
good one. Yeah, first of all, first thing I was shocked by, and I'm only shocked by it because it's her profile picture, they had a photo booth. Like a full-on props photo booth. Old school booth.
Can I see it? I'm actually looking now.
It's her profile pic.
Ah, old school. This, do you know what? This
Which
is
is
what I mean.
not very...
I feel
celebrity.
like what I like about it is they've gone for a very normal wedding.
This is my point on this. This
You
is a
said
very
you'd like
normal
to
wedding.
attend that wedding. Out
I
of all
would
three.
prefer... I think I would... let's be honest, I'd like to go to all of them. But I think genuinely as a guest having fun, I imagine that would have been the funner.
Oh, she did a dress change. She went from pattern to normal.
Yeah. Patterned floral with blue flowers on it. But then it confused me because what colour was their cake? It was all like a very patterned cake.
Again, that cake looks a bit tilted.
It does look tilted. I liked her sign. It said, "Welcome to Katie's wedding," featuring TV's Nick Knowles.
Love that.
But this is what I mean. I feel like you can still have... I'm not massive on the colours, I got to be honest.
But I like it because it's them. They obviously want colour and they're quite
Yes.
a quirky
And he's wearing
pink.
pink.
They're quite a quirky characters, I suppose.
Yeah.
So love that for them. Love how they've got personality in there.
Yeah. What venue did they get married at?
Let me have a look.
I don't recognise the venue.
Trying to find their suppliers.
Yeah. But they had lots of guests. Everyone looks very dressed up lovely. Yeah, her dress is interesting. They also, the things that shock me is, you know, when you're like, oh my God, celebrities are normal people. And I know we're putting Nick Knowles on the borderline of celebrity.
Yeah.
But they came into the napkin waving.
Yep.
They've got, I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I'm not sure about some of the colours because the cake is pink and red. The menus are red, but the napkins were blue and white floral.
To match her dress.
Yeah, but they don't match the styling. I wonder if they had a planner.
I'm going to have a look now and see if anyone's tagged.
I know. I couldn't see anything with any tags.
Yeah, I do wonder if they had a planner.
I think maybe no. But I think they look like they had fun, and that's all that matters. I just hope Megan McKenna and Danny Dyer had fun at weddings. You know?
Yeah. What's their first dance song?
Who?
I can't hear it. We'll have to ask the 21 Events
For
boys.
you to say I would never fall in. That
I'm
one.
here for it. I think it looks lovely.
Doesn't it look fun? Doesn't it look
They were at Braxted Park.
Where?
Braxted Park.
Oh, okay.
And they had a marquee.
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't look marquee.
Yeah.
Oh. Or is it a pavilion? Is it like a always there marquee?
Maybe.
Mm.
Yes, I'm just looking at guest photos that they've tagged. So they had cocktails outside.
You're so fucking sneaky. Let me do the same thing.
They had cocktails outside. They had heart sunglasses. They... Something says fucking forever.
Fucking forever.
Embossed into something.
Fucking forever. Ugh. That makes me think like
Yeah, but it's not.
they're
it's not
fucking
how you think.
forever.
It might be someone's bag. I don't know.
Fucking forever.
I love it how one of the guests tagged things says somehow she managed to bag Beyonce's last name.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, what's his face was there?
Jade Holland Cooper was there.
Yeah, and
Julian
she's
Dunkerton.
tagged it. Old Dunkerton,
Oh man.
owners of Cheltenham, isn't it? Oh, is he his best man?
Big dogs Cheltenham.
Is he the best man?
I'm not sure. Oh, I don't think so. He's not got a flower on.
Yeah, none of them have got. Look,
They're all in black tie.
I think he's best man.
Oh. Jade Holland Cooper looking gorgeous as ever.
I wouldn't have recognised her. She's a bit of a style icon, isn't she? God,
She is a
all of the
style-
men are in black ties.
Sorry,
Got
Jade
loads.
Holland Cooper is a style icon.
She does look good.
Yeah, I'm looking at they all look very suave, don't they?
Don't they? Yeah, see, this is why I want to go to this one. You wouldn't know who the hell's
They
turning
had
up.
water on the tables. They've got little cake,
Water on the tables. What?
little mini cakes on the tables.
What? That's a bit weird.
The bud vases were blue and patterned. Love that. I do like a patterned vase. Yeah, that's definitely a marquee. Look.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's
It's permanent
just always
structure.
there. Yeah.
It looks like everyone is having a good time.
Oh, good. Isn't that nice? Oh yeah, Braxton Park Estate.
Braxted.
Braxted. We'll eat, drink, and dance the night away. Enjoy.
Here for it.
Hmm.
But I do feel like all of them are very normal and achievable. You can take things from all of them.
I agree. I think sometimes we look at celebrity. The tips I would like to give of when you're thinking of celebrity weddings is that they are just normal people.
Yeah.
But they are getting help. They aren't planning those weddings themselves. Nick Knowles, maybe. Theirs looks a bit more, here's all the things I love,
Yep.
put into somewhere. Whereas Megan McKenna's has been curated. So you can create a curated wedding.
But you might need some help.
You will definitely need some help. But also, you're then picking a theme and going with it. You can't do your personality, I don't think.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong. But what you're seeing on the Instagram is not what that looked like. And not what it felt like.
For Danny Dyer's wedding, I think that was gorgeous. Love it. But
I wasn't a fan of the outside ceremony, personally.
I like it. It's very clean. It's very me. What annoyed me about that wedding, here I am slagging off people's wedding, the fucking sunglasses.
Yeah, that.
And then I saw in the speeches the best man had it. So I feel like it was an intentional accessory.
Do you
maybe.
reckon?
Yeah. Love the glass marquee though. They are
extortionate,
stunning.
and stunning in equal measures.
You could be anywhere and have that marquee, and it'd be stunning.
100%.
Doesn't matter what venue you get married at.
Yeah. I would almost not find a venue. I would almost get a cheaper venue because you're just going in that glass marquee.
That marquee is expensive.
But then I'd also want my whole day in there.
You could need a good few days build on that.
Oh, easily, yeah. You need to hire somewhere for the week. Oh,
it's a logistical
minefield. That's where the price of celebrity weddings comes into it, is because they are hiring things for longer and they're just doing bigger. Whatever you're having 6 meadows, they're having 26 meadows. Yeah. Like, it's just everything on a bigger scale. I just want to know how much it cost.
Hard to say. But I know
Nick Knowles' wedding, I'm going straight in and saying 60,000.
Yeah, I was going to go around that point.
Megan McKenna's 400,000. No, that's a lot.
I'd probably go 3 because she's not built a marquee.
Yeah, but the venue's not cheap and we're probably hiring it for 2 days.
300k.
I'm assuming exclusive use as well. You're not having any
350k.
Normalies walking around.
Yeah, and then I know hardest thing is though with Danny Dyer's, that marquee is I think around 50k, 30 to 50k. I know that's a
hers is 500,000.
I don't think so though.
Do you not reckon?
Because once you've paid for that marquee, we obviously got the flowers, we got the band and stuff.
I didn't really see her flowers and stuff. Did she go big?
Not massively. The production of it, the walkway, the chairs, you're easily talking 50k on the production plus.
Do you reckon we can message her and ask?
Maybe.
Danny, can you fill in our budget tracker for the website?
Is spenny.
Yeah, 100%. God, that little team of suppliers were busy that week, weren't they? I'd love to get married again and be a celebrity. Would I? Imagine what it's like for like Kim Kardashian and people like that, though, where they literally have to cover themselves going down the aisle.
Like Hailey Bieber.
That's a whole other range of logistics you got to think about.
Yeah, fun though.
Do you reckon they take their phones off people? Did Megan McKenna have any tagged images?
Ooh.
You look at Danny Dyer, I'll look at Megan McKenna.
Okay.
Because I feel like... Can you just tag a celebrity?
Here we go. I'm looking at Danny, yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking at Megan. I'm just... all of these are suppliers.
Yeah, all these are suppliers. Yeah, like her ceremony florals weren't that big. It was the backdrop that was the feature.
See, Megan McKenna's got more florals.
Way more florals, and she's got full draping.
Oh, I've got a couple of guest pickies. See, guys, this is what I would implore you to do. What the fuck? Right, go on to Megan McKenna's tagged images and go on one of her mates. That is the same place setting.
What do you mean?
That's the same place setting, but bring up the picture from the photographer and they look worlds away from each other. It's like all the colouring's different. So when it looks like it's all like chocolate brown tablecloths and things like that, it's not.
Where is this? Oh, they had cocktail toppers.
Where are they? Are you on that girl? I would just like to put those two. They had happy tears and they had confetti cones.
Yeah, I saw the cones in the video. Wasn't a fan of them.
I found the starter. Lamb ragu open ravioli.
Ooh, nice.
But that's being served on a plate though.
No,
yes, that can't come out sharing.
I know.
It is a crackled
sweet
dance
corn
floor.
fritter and guacamole dip, the vegetarian option.
We're such stalkers. I love this so much. Oh, they had an after party pizza boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I love the dance floor.
What images are you on for?
I'm on one of her mates.
Did you see Arj was there?
Was he? Oh man. Oh no, we don't like him anymore, do we?
No. Yeah, that was a black bow.
No, I do. I think it is chocolate brown. I just think it's
it
really
is so
dark.
Yeah.
But how interesting that the image that we all saw.
They got spicy margs with little chilies in.
Cute.
They all
yeah,
put the
guys, if
bows
you
in
want
their
a bit of a reminder that it's not always what it looks like. The staging and everything looks cool in some of these photos.
Yeah, it was definitely raining, wasn't it?
What, for the ceremony?
Yeah, you can see it on top of the... They had umbrellas.
Oh.
Do you know what annoys me?
What?
Do you know what's pissed me off?
Go on.
That I've seen at Megan McKenna.
What?
She's got black chairs.
Black
And the
chairs?
musicians have got normal Shivari chairs.
Stop
So they
it.
didn't order enough for the musicians.
Oh no.
Oh no, Cleo.
Oh no. That is a silly mistake. See, I just think some of her photos are absolutely stunning, but it makes all of us normal folk. Oh, she had an illustrator. It makes all us normal folk look like we can't do weddings like this. But if you get a photographer that takes photos where it looks like you're a celebrity, you're laughing. So there's the tip. Go cheap on your wedding. Get a really expensive
The food looks amazing.
photographer. She does look absolutely stunning. I'll give her that.
She is gorgeous.
Oh, I liked her little day before outfit as well. She's got like some silky number on. And they're all chilling. The night before the big day.
Here it was, a crackle dance floor.
It was, I know, I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks grey and rainy, that ceremony.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. But, oh, they did a champagne tower.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that, though? That must be back over in the house.
Yeah.
See, I wonder where they did the drinks reception, because that's the only bit of that venue that I'm not as keen on.
Inside.
The-
there.
Oh, okay, not
The
in
lounges.
the green. They've got like a planty room, haven't they? That's a sexy champagne tower. A nice little bow on the front of the champagne tower as well. I'm happy.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like it. I like it, Megan. Flip flops.
Yeah, I saw the flip flops.
See? Guys, these celebrities are just like us, okay? They're also worrying about their flip flops and cocktail toppers and all of that jazz.
There we go.
So let's go from celebrities to very normal people. And I've got a load of bitches from a bride and we've got to get through a few of them.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. I've pre-read this one and I'm already shook.
Oh, God.
I don't even know. It's a bit like a Jeremy Kyle episode.
Oh, really?
It's short though, straight to the point. Been listening consistently every week since I got engaged. Love the pod so much on my commutes to work.
Love it.
Recently found out my dad is not my biological dad. And my stepdad is in fact my biological dad. Long story short. I'm getting married in 4 months, and the idea of anyone having any responsibilities, speeches, walking down the aisle makes me so uncomfortable now. I know I can do what I want, but I feel like it will be obvious if I don't have any typical dad roles. I also feel majorly uncomfortable with the idea of the three of them, mum and 2 dads, being in one room. Although one dad has said he may not come. That's a whole other problem. Thank you for this venting opportunity.
The fuck? The fuck?
But I don't understand, because the stepdad comes after the dad.
Nah, he was fondling before. During.
Oh, I tell you what could have happened is she gets pregnant, stays with the dad for a little bit, but it's actually, and then she leaves the dad for the stepdad.
I would do nothing to do with dads.
Yeah, but then everybody knows. Everybody's
Who
like,
gives
why
a
are you not
fuck?
doing any dad
Who
stuff?
gives a fuck?
No, I think it's, if I found out my dad was not my dad, he would still be my
But
dad.
did the dad know? That's the question I want to know. Because if your dad knew,
But why would you raise a child not knowing?
I don't know. I need more context. I need more answers. If your non-biological dad, which you thought was your biological dad, didn't know or have any questions about it.
Sorry, you're going to need to slow right down.
If your non-biological dad, but you thought was your biological dad, didn't know about it.
Yeah, and raised you thinking it was his dad.
I would still have him walk you down the aisle and do
Which dad
speeches.
do you think is the one that doesn't want to come? The
Probably-
dad who's not a biological, who now is nothing to
Yeah,
do with
because
you.
he's fucking her.
Oh, it's like the mum who
Yeah,
slept
but
with her sister. innit?
I wouldn't want to be in a room with my mum and stepdad. If they knew about it and decided not to tell you.
Of course, your mum knew.
Slag. Jokes. Not joking. But come on, I think if you are in a position where you're pregnant and there's potentially 2 fathers, like that is on you to sort out.
Depends how you spin the story, because Mamma Mia is exactly about that, and it's a great film. And we don't think Meryl Streep is a slag.
I feel like
Is Meryl Streep a slag?
I just think
Can that be the episode of the title?
It's not fair on your kids.
Episode of the title.
It's not fair on your kids. Like,
But what do you say? You can't from the day there, but you just have to find out immediately.
yeah, you have to find out immediately, and then there you go. That's who your dad is. It's scary how women hold that power.
I also think it's scary because you can decide whether to have a child, but if the dad is saying, I absolutely am not ready, I do not want a child, should they have to bear the burden of the woman deciding that she'd like to keep that child?
That's what you get when you have unprotected sex.
We were having a sex chat with Isla the other day. Do you know what? Recently, we've been having these dinner time conversations which are the most wonderful time of my whole week. Like there's not very often that we're all sat down together for dinner, but we'll be sat down and then
What's the
topic.
goss?
There'll be so many. Oh my God, we've talked about so many random things. We've debated about things
so
like.
how did this come up?
So the sex conversation comes up quite often of like, I don't really know why. She's obviously at that age where she's trying to figure everything out. So what did she say the other day?
Oh, I'd love to see Brian's face.
I've told him that he needs to be a grown up with it. She needs to be able to talk about anything and everything. Like if she talks about periods and stuff like that, he needs to just be like, cool. Like I get it. It's uncomfortable, but we're not eating at this point either, by the way. Dinner's finished. We're just sat chatting. And we'll end up like sat there for 2 hours talking about stuff. I think she's clever. I think she wants to stay up.
Yeah.
And she knows if she keeps the conversation lit, we'll stay. What did she talk about the other day? We were talking about sex and babies and blah, blah, blah. And so she was then like, oh, did you have sex before you then were having me? And I was like, yeah. She's like, so people don't just have sex to have a baby? And I'm like, she's like, how many times? And I'm like, loads of times. I was like, it doesn't always mean that. But then she's had
I can't. I feel awkward.
But then I think our generation were brought up that sex was, we just don't talk about it. And therefore it is very awkward.
Yeah.
Whereas I would actually like her to grow up and be like, it's quite a normal thing to be doing. Not until you're 25, but when you hit 25, very normal. You carry on. So yeah, we talked about that, and then we talked about babies, and she was on about like, do you have to have a baby? If you find out you're pregnant, you have to have a baby. And then I'm like, ugh, this is a whole other debate. But they're doing sex education at school now this week, and I already feel good because we've had many conversations. There's nothing that they'll say that will be
shocking.
Yeah. But it did confuse me because it said, and I did have to say to her, it says on there, sex is when two people love each other and want to, I don't know, something like that. And I was like, doesn't necessarily mean that. I was like, you don't have to. I was like, some people have sex like with people they don't really know. They'll meet on a night out and then have sex. Like it doesn't always have to be this whole marriage and babies thing.
Love story.
Yeah. So that was a fun conversation. That was.
What did she say? Was she like, oh?
Yeah. She also keeps trying to do that's what she said and getting it wrong every time. So I'm like, just stop. Just stop. Bless her.
That is.
Brian, how do you feel about? Are you enjoying our dinner conversations lately?
Talking to Isla about sex.
Yeah.
Sex and life, and it goes like quite. We did God the other week as well, didn't we? We did being vegetarian
she's
and
a good
not.
Debater.
She just likes to argue, so she'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
I've told her to go into debate when she gets into school.
Yeah.
But I was like, you have to sometimes debate against the thing
that you
So my child's the smartest kid ever. I said, why don't you give me and Daddy something to debate? And she was like, fine, you two debate. You say why you should eat meat, and Daddy says why you shouldn't. I was like, you're a little genius, mate, that you're putting us against what we normally believe. That was a fun argument. But anyway, what are we doing about this dad, stepdad, and threesome going on?
I feel like you need to know who knows what, who didn't know. Also, how's it come out?
Yeah, how has that come out? So I'm making up a story here. I'm making up that the mum and dad were together.
Yeah.
She's cheating on him with the stepdad.
Yeah.
Gets pregnant. They stay together for a little bit. He's there for the birth. He's there for the first 3 months, 6 months. They then split up. 5 months later, she gets with the stepdad. And therefore, to me, the stepdad has then been in this girl's life for a long time. He has to have been in her life for a long time. Surely.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how'd you get your mum pregnant? In which case, was the stepdad doing stuff anyway? Was the stepdad going to be the person walking down? It depends how good the dad has been.
Maybe this is why it's all come out. Because there's been debates of who's doing speeches, who's doing walking down the aisle.
And they've done you're not my father. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you ain't my mother.
Yes, I am. Maybe that's what it is.
Fuck.
We would like more information before we answer your question. We'd like, maybe you don't voice note it, but.
Sorry for calling your mum slag.
It's because you're channeling your inner Danny Dyer, aren't you? Slag.
But I do think your mother has a responsibility.
I also wouldn't be having my mum walk me down the aisle.
No, I'd be
What
like,
if you've done
you're
that?
banished.
You're all gone. I don't want anyone there.
I
feel sorry for the dad.
So, for example, let's put it on you. Brian isn't Isla's dad. But you've known that your whole life.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think that's a big weight of responsibility to hold.
Especially if he's been paying child support for
Exactly.
however long. Oh my God. Serious question. What would you do if you found out now that Isla wasn't your child? Would you never speak to Isla again?
No, I'd speak to Isla. I wouldn't speak to you directly.
But why would you remain talking to Isla?
Because I treated her like my daughter for the last 11, 12 years.
It's horrible, isn't it?
I can't think of anything worse for a guy.
Oh.
No, like for somebody who actually is
who's a good dad,
Yeah.
genuinely believes that they're raising a child.
I watched came on my TikTok the other day, what's his name? The guy from The In-Betweeners, Jay from The In-Betweeners, him
Yeah.
and his girlfriend or wife do a podcast, don't
Yeah.
they? And he was saying it should be like, he's obviously just trying to say something a bit clickbaity, but he said every guy should get a mandatory DNA test when the child's born. Just so like, it's like 100%. Like, yeah. This is up because obviously the woman knows that is up and there's no discussion whatsoever. Whereas the guy, there's always something in the back of their mind thinking there's a potential that this child's not mine.
Did you have that thought?
Yeah. Not because I thought Georgie was cheating, but like it's weird. You think that you've created a life. For you, you've obviously created a life. Whereas for a guy, he's not really done much.
There's actually no proof for you. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that.
And also, if your child looks nothing like you.
Yeah, but even if they do, like you're gonna find things as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be like, oh, she's got your eyes, like.
Yeah, I do remember saying to Brian, like, because I think I'd seen something that was like a lady had given birth to a child and they were like half black, and she was like, and they did a DNA test and it was she hadn't cheated, but I was like, what would you do? And he was like, I'd leave you immediately, and I'm like, but I know I haven't slept with anybody else. So what am I supposed to?
But in that case, you'd need a DNA test. If our child came out black,
what, you do a DNA test even though I'm flat out telling you that I haven't cheated on you?
Obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't be anti. But then you'd have to just do it as part of the heel prick test. Remember, babies get a little heel prick test and they just test the blood.
Yeah, they take loads. They could do a DNA test
before
when the baby's
born.
in the womb.
No, because they have to go into my stomach. That's dangerous. I'm not doing that.
They do that anyway when they do
they don't.
When they do the test for Down syndrome. Things
No,
like
the
that.
second part of the Down syndrome test is going into the stomach. It's actually really dangerous to go in the stomach.
I'm not saying it's not dangerous, but
I'm not doing it just so that you can be sure that the kid's yours.
You don't think there's a way of telling the child's DNA without putting a needle into it in your stomach?
Don't know, but I would just wait until the baby's born.
There is.
If you want a DNA test, Brian, have a DNA test.
You're gonna have to pay for it. And if she comes back mine, then I'll refund you.
I think that's a good deal.
How much is a DNA test?
Yeah, but how many women do you think there are out there holding a secret? I bet there's a lot more than you think.
But also, is there... No, I guess there isn't any way for a child to not... For you to not have cheated and the child not be theirs.
Do we need to have the birds and the bees chat?
I've done it with Isla. Isla taught me. No, I guess there isn't, is there?
No, there's not, no.
But I would question my mum so much if that was the case.
What?
Like, throughout my life, and she knew there could have been a potential different dad.
The worst thing for me is the lie.
Would be on my mum.
I can't deal with the lies.
Because it's actually the mum that's caused all of this. By being a slag.
Yeah. You slag.
There's literally probably millions of people around the world, mums, that doubt
that deep down know that they slept with somebody else.
There's a very good chance that child isn't theirs and they just keep quiet their whole life.
Of course.
Shit.
But if it was me, I just wouldn't keep the child.
Whoa.
That risk was but that's a different debate for itself. But I'd be like, I'd rather not.
Surely you can have a DNA test before the baby's born.
You can, but I think
100%.
But I think the baby has to be a certain
age.
Well, they have DNA from the beginning, so it's just how good technology is now to be able to extract it without causing harm, I guess.
At what age can you see if the baby's yours?
Yes, a baby can have a DNA paternity test before birth through a non-invasive parental paternity test. This test can be performed as early as 7 weeks after conception.
Boom.
Oh, fucking hell, light work then.
Yeah, they should just do it as part of
blood sample.
like
Brian, I don't disagree.
When you
Yeah,
go
they
to the
should
hospital, just be
do it
like,
as
yeah,
part of-
100%.
Yeah, but right, okay. I'm gonna call
because-
out something here a minute. This
Okay.
feels very
Don't play a sexist card.
masculine.
Oh, here we
No,
go.
but it's all right. Then you're legally that child's parent, and you've got to pay for them your whole fucking life, and you don't actually know that they're yours. Like factually know they're yours.
But I don't.
If we got
want
to a point where it doesn't cost any money, really, like now the problem's going to be like for the NHS.
No, because now it's just an issue of trust. That's like saying when you get married, someone should be able to go through your whole phone and check that you've never texted another girl.
No, but you have to provide your birth certificate
because that
to prove who you
that doesn't
are.
affect.
Why?
No, because this guy is going to be financially and
Legally.
emotionally
So is a
legally in
wedding.
charge of something.
So is a wedding.
What?
If I'm going to marry you, we're now sharing our things. You then get 50% of everything.
There's a bit of a
I own.
difference between paying
Why?
for a no.
No, not paying for a wedding. Paying for when we split up, you're getting half my money. So you should have to give your phone in For someone to check that you've never texted another woman and then I'll marry you. That's like what that's saying.
No, it's
Just
not.
trust that I haven't slept with somebody else.
No, because people would still get married in despite of that.
Well, that's up to them then once they've decided if they've cheated or not. That's what it feels like. It feels like very toxic masculinity to have a test to prove that what are you going to do then? What if it's not yours? So now I'm just a poor pregnant girl on my own.
We shouldn't have slept with somebody else.
My prerogative.
Sounds like you're trying to get out of doing a DNA test.
Me too.
Do it live on air. Isn't it weird that there is a tiny bit of me that would be scared?
That says more about you.
But
than
like genuinely, there would be a tiny bit of me that would worry. Even though I haven't slept with anybody else in 15 years. Don't you think that's weird though? Like, when you haven't done it, like when you drive past a police officer and I'm scared, even though I've never done anything wrong. Would you not be worried?
Brian.
You could do one if you want. I mean, the kid looks exactly like you, so.
Lucky.
Anyway.
Would you like another bitch from a ride, or did we just go off topic too much?
I think we've gone off topic too much.
So next week is the DNA test.
DNA test.
I would actually be scared. Does that make me look like I'm cheating?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
If it was out of the two of you, I would say you more of a cheat than Brian.
No way. I'm too lazy to cheat.
You got more opportunity to cheat.
I could cheat easier.
Yeah.
100%. Every wedding. Best man called me gorgeous the other day in a speech.
What?
Best moment of my life. He was saying thank you to me.
Best moment of your life.
Yes, Brian.
He called you gorgeous.
Not gorgeous. I can't remember he said, well, he was like, and thank you to Georgie
if I
for
was
your
to
help.
lie,
Blah, blah, blah.
I would say she is gorgeous.
Oh, that's mean.
Say 3 nice
Well, you
things.
just
now.
said that was the best moment of your
It
life.
was the best moment of my whole life.
There we go then.
I was dripping wet from the rain outside.
Wow.
And then he said thank you to me. And he said, I can't remember how the word gorgeous came up, but I remember thinking, thank you.
I looked gorgeous right now if I had dripping wet
I
hair.
literally looked, I think that's why he said I looked gorgeous, because I think I had been worrying that I literally looked like shit all day.
Yeah.
My makeup had all come off. At one point, we'd been carrying picture a big square potted plant, but you couldn't lift it alone. So I needed this dad, father of the bride. So we had to go underneath it. But then when you lift it, it leans one way or the other. So the plant just like smacked me in the face. So then all there's water all over my face. My makeup's gone. And I'm like, right, great. And we had 7 of those to carry.
Why?
Because we were moving them from the front lawn to the back lawn. And because they set up all this gorgeous garden furniture. And I was like, I can't leave it there because everyone just walked past it. So I need to put it into the thing. This is where a shit coordinator would have just left it. Good coordinator was like, let's move it. If we're going for backup plan, we'll make backup plan good. So then he called me gorgeous. And I was like, all right. It's too late for you to be Isla's dad, but
oh god,
stepdaddy position is always open.
Stepdaddy.
That was one of our other debates. We were talking to Isla about if I got a new husband, would she call them dad?
I think she's too old for that.
That's what I said. What's the age then?
How old is she?
She's 11.
I think
6?
Yeah, when you go into like I had different school. I had primary and junior.
Oh.
So anything below primary, but junior and above now.
Or
it's up to him. He might not want you to call him dad, and the real dad might not want you to call him dad. So
depends what the real dad's like.
Yeah.
If you're a bit of a dick, you don't get a say, mate. You're right. If I found out you cheated, I would find a new boyfriend immediately, and I would bribe Isla to call him dad.
You're horrible. Don't use your kid in it.
If he's cheated, I would.
No,
if
you
he's been
can't
horrible to
fucking
me,
use Isla in this.
I don't know. I can see why people don't. Like, she would say, why have you split up?
Your dad cheated on me.
But would you say that?
Yeah, my mum had to make my dad say it.
Is it?
My mum made him, because we blamed my mum because she was always nagging and moaning at him. So she's like, you're the reason that you let, like, do you know what I mean? And my mum had to take it for ages. And after a while, she's like, no, fuck, I'm not taking it.
I agree. Are you fucking telling?
I don't think they want that. My mum made him sit down and tell us.
Wow. Snaps for best mum.
Because she was like, I'm not taking the blame.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I was proper daddy's girl as well. I was like,
yeah.
Our whole family's destroyed. Dad's left. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
So she made him sit down and tell us. And good for her.
Ooh. We can do that at one of our dinner table chats. So your dad's been cheating. And he's not really your dad because I cheated when I was pregnant. Before I got
your
pregnant
whole
with
life's
you.
a fucking
yeah,
lie.
It's all a lie. And now you've got 3 people to try and bring to your wedding. Good luck. Anyway, listener, thank you for sending that in. If you could give us a bit more information, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. I don't know what we're talking about yet next week. See what comes us.
Well, we would have had lots of weddings.
We would have had lots of weddings.
So
I'm going to
we'll
make some
probably-
notes. I'm going to do some... Can you try and remember to do your best thing and worst thing at each wedding?
Yeah, I will try.
And then we'll do a whole episode on that.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Brian, would you like to say your thing?
What about a DNA test?
If you want to. Whilst you're saying that, I'll look how much a DNA test is.
What am I saying?
Your, share...
Oh, yeah. So YouTube's doing good, guys. I'm going to need you to go and follow, subscribe on YouTube. Even if you don't watch very often, let's just try and get our subscribers up. We're at over 3,000 now. And we should be on more because there's a lot more of you that listen.
Yeah,
on Spotify
could you
and
hit
iTunes
subscribe?
and
It really
hit
does
subscribe.
help.
That would be super helpful. And then just leave a review, 5-star on whichever podcast platform you listen on. That would be super helpful. Thank you so much.
And it will help us pay for the £99 Boots paternity test kit that we'll do at one point on here.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.